All right, welcome to the sixth episode of Game Dev Insiders. My name is Justin. I'm on the bottom left. Santiago's on the right, and we have two guests with us, Billy and Losley. Welcome. Who are you guys? What are you doing? What are you working on? And the whole shebang. Who are you?
I'm Losley, and my fellow partner over there is Billy.
Yep.
And we are the Greedy Vox team, and we're working on a game title called YAARRGH, and it's a pirate fantasy voxel battle arena game in a nutshell.
Good. Yeah. So you guys are using behavior designer, right? And the character controller for YAARRGH?
Correct.
Yeah.
And you guys are responsible. You have a free netcode for game objects library out there, right?
Correct. Yeah, on GitHub. Yes.
Well, that is awesome. First off, thank you for sharing it. Who was the one that was working on it? Billy or Losley?
That'd be me.
Okay. No. Okay, yeah. So Losley, you're on the coding side, and Billy, you're on the art side?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, and you guys are working on it. Do you work on it full time, or are you part time?
Full time.
On the side.
Full time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your experience in the industry? Is this your first kind of stab at it, or have you've been working for a while?
I've been a software engineer for over 20 years anyway, but only in the last few years that decided to go down the gaming avenue. That seems to be the best way to go for a software engineer these days. Yeah. So and same with Billy as well. He's been in his career. I don't know if you want to talk about it, Billy.
Yeah. I started in IT tech, and then as time went on, because in the early days I was always into art. So I always drew on everything that I saw. I would always draw. So I went into 3D Max back in R2, like back in the late 90s, I think it was, when 3D Max came out of DOS. So I just stayed in there and then just did a lot of 3D art and went to college and then, just kept going into the 3D.
Really? Okay. Well, so actually that reminds me, Losley, you probably briefly saw he had a beer, so we all have beers with us. So cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Welcome to the stream. I probably should have started with that, but
cheers, everyone.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Okay, so you guys are using. So is this your first title then?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Technically, yes. 20 years ago, we did try to make a game back then. We did it for about 6 months, but very hard to do it back then. There wasn't a lot of help out there, a lot of tools and things like that. So you're doing everything by yourself, and that's a challenge. This is why we love your product, because you save us a whole heap of work. We can focus on what we want to focus on. Your products as well give us a AAA feel to our game. So we really love it. We actually use quite a few of your products. So yeah.
Well, thank you. we appreciate it. Wait. So Santiago's our inventory developer. Do you use inventory?
We got it. We haven't put it in use yet.
Yeah, we purchased it.
Yeah, but we haven't used it just yet because we're still getting to that stage. But to Justin and Senio and Sarah, thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So you guys started with version 2 of the controller, right?
Probably earlier than that.
We started with UFPS.
We
went to UFPS first, and then we went to BD. And because we were looking for a controller, when we started, we were trying to build a controller, and we went, well, we'll purchase one. We'll just get the component. And I stumbled across UFPS, and then I think Opsive purchased it not long after. Yeah,
right.
And that's when it became really good.
Yeah,
You-
actually, yeah,
yeah.
we saw the difference.
Yeah.
UFPS, we had to do a lot of hackery to make things work. Justin comes along and everything's getting done for us, and we go, "Oh, this is sweet."
I don't know if you recall. I don't know if you remember, Justin, but back in the day, I asked you how to get the dual wielding for the UFPS, and you gave me some pointers. Yeah, and we did it. We had dual wielding, but it was hackery. It was magic.
A lot of sorcery there.
But it worked. Yeah.
That,
we built
that
the
was
prototype.
UFPS. That was UFPS 1, right?
Yeah. Yep.
When you did dual wielding, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And okay, yeah, UFPS. I guess I'm very impressed that you were able to add that. You're right; it was not accessible at all in that regard.
No, we had to
works.
do a lot of hackery.
Yeah, yeah.
And we made a prototype.
Okay.
We made a prototype from that, and we put that out on the web, and people liked it. And so our idea said they're going to enjoy it. The community's out there, so let's keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. So that eventually spawned into YAARRGH then.
Yes. Correct. Correct.
Okay. So that's amazing. So you would have gone from UFPS 1, which had a completely different architecture from UFPS 2. You had to make the character controller from scratch.
Oh yeah.
And then, yes. And then you upgraded to version 3, which wasn't as big of a change. But then throughout that entire time, you've also been using Behavior Designer.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, and we love behavior designer as well. And that was another funny story because I said to Billy, I'm going to need to make my own behavior designer, and I want a nice UI and all that. And he said, "Oh, what about this over here?" And I looked at it and went, "Yeah, screw that. I'll rather use this. It looks so good."
And I actually purchased BD from my account. It wasn't GreedyBox account, and that's made it the whole. Yeah, it's made it hard because then GreedyBox says, "Okay, we need to upgrade BD, so I got to go into my account and get the update." Yeah,
and then give it to me so I can do the work on it. So,
yeah. Well, we are looking at buying BD too. GreedyBox will buy BD too.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially with dots. Yeah.
So are you guys? Let's talk about YAARRGH a little bit. What type of how many enemies do you have? Are you using the character controller for your enemies? Are you using the entity system for other things? What's kind of your setup with it?
Okay. One of our number one rules that both Bill and I came up with is whatever we do here on in, it's going to plug into to the Opsive tools, because what we find is why reinvent the wheel, number one. And number two, if we work with your products, everything just gels together nicely, and it's proven that too. So, so with the BD, with the swimming pack, the ability pack, the inventory system, even though we haven't touched that just yet, but we got it. So it just makes our life so much easier. We can focus where I want to be in the voxel engine side, and where Billy wants to be in, doing all the models and things like that.
Right. So actually, that's a good little segue. For people who aren't familiar with YAARRGH yet, I'm gonna show a little trailer, and we can kind of talk about what you're doing as this trailer is going on. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and I'm really gonna hope that this works, because I'm sure our regular viewers know that we've had streaming issues. Well, I think we got most of it solved. So if it fails, it's going to fail here. So let's see. Okay, so you guys should be able to see YouTube open right now, and I'll just go ahead and hit play. Okay, so disclaimer: it's a work in progress, and nothing is finalized yet. So are you guys? Did you guys program your own voxel engine then with this, or is that an asset as well?
No, our own engine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Mind you, when I say engine, I'm just talking the voxel side, obviously using Unity, just to be clear. Yeah.
Right. Okay, yes. Okay, so in this case, you, okay, well, it's going too quickly. So this is a character controller character, and
Yes.
it's multiplayer enabled as well, because I see the second character. That's correct, right?
Yes, yep. So that's using,
yeah, go ahead.
That's using the netcode API, netcode for game objects API instead of the pun API.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So what's the network architecture you're using? Is it peer-to-peer or server authoritative, or what are you doing?
Peer-to-peer. We're doing I should have said this at the beginning too. It's a co-op against AI waves.
Okay. Oh, okay. So in this scene, so here are two players, and then that skeleton guy is the AI, I'm assuming.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And then what's the objective? It's kind of just a free roaming kind of explorer type of game, or what?
No. Survive the waves. Survive the waves.
Oh, okay.
While finding the treasure and the artifacts off the island. The longer you take, the harder it's going to get, and it will get to a stage where it'll be impossible. So,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So you got to find that treasure.
Okay, so in this case, like right now, the guy is digging, the player is digging, so he's searching for treasure there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And also ores as well. You can mine it for ores as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
We're gonna have a crafting system where you can craft extra ammo and things like that. And we're gonna have a basic build system similar to like a Rust build system where you put up walls for defenses, and so you can hold back the waves a little bit better. And a bit of a capture of the flag. You're gonna have a pirate flag that if the AI takes it and you lost the match. So you got to defend the flag as well.
Oh, that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah. So if they do take it, you got a chance to get it back off them. But if they leave the island with it, you've lost. So yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. And I just realized that throughout this entire thing, I was not showing the video. let me switch to that real quick. We can see it on the screen, but the viewers on YouTube can't see it. So let me change it real quick.
Sorry, guys.
It was a really good conversation about it, though.
Yeah.
It's a really cool game. Yeah, let me switch. Okay, now we can all see it. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'll just let it play as we kind of talk about it.
Yeah, so this is what we were talking about right here.
Yes, right. Yeah. So
back when we did the prototype, we had digging, and we had building, we had a lot of things, but we couldn't network it, so there was no multiplayer. And then we did Battle Island was a networking test, and now we're bringing it all back together. We're bringing everything back in.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I was going to ask you about that, because I've seen just YAARRGH, and then I've seen YAARRGH Battle Island. I guess you're right. So it's gone through different iterations.
Yeah, different prototypes. Because the first prototype, we went, can we do this? That was the number one question. We wanted a smooth voxel world. And there was a lot of questions. I've done a block voxel world before. They're easy peasy, and they run really smoothly on your machine. But doing a smooth voxel world, yeah, that's a challenge. So the first prototype, we did that, and then we went, yes, we can do this. And then we wanted to answer the next question, can we network this? So we made that Battle Island as a prototype, and got the player networked. And now we're finally just jumped the last hurdle. What you see in this video is networking the voxel engine as well, so with the player. And that's all using netcode for game objects as well.
So cool. Wow. Okay. So are you? I guess so. I have never looked into how to do voxels at all, so it's all new to me. So I have like 1,000 questions, but I don't know how technical we want to get. But
up to you.
I mean, this one. How do you blend the textures? So you're How do you decide which this should be this blend of the texture or something like that. I guess, how does it work?
That's the secret sauce. I can't give that information up.
Oh, okay.
No, just joking.
It's a trade secret.
Okay. Yeah. Probably after another beer, I'll tell you. But anyway, no. Basically, in a nutshell, when you're dealing with a voxel world, every point, like imagine a 3D grid. Well, this is what's going on here, a 3D grid, and every point in that grid holds data. And we've got all sorts of data stored, as much as we can cram into a variable long value.
Right.
So a bit like encryption, you're just compressing everything into one variable with bit shifting and that. So with all that information, I can build the mesh and pass it through the vertex data and the texture data and things like that. So with that information, I can do, what is it called, splat mapping? Is that the terminology?
Yes. Yeah.
And so using the four channels of a color, the red, green, blue, and alpha, you can do the nice little splat mapping, but you're limited to how much you can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it all done on the GPU then?
Yes,
shader?
correct. Except for the voxel data CPU.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then you're searching for treasure and stuff like that. Is that treasure already placed, or do you just, as the character is kind of continuing on, you just randomly decide, oh, I should show it now?
I do it at the beginning of the world generation, and it will have an X on the map, and that will just tell you whereabouts on the map, but not how deep it is. So
okay. So how deep can you go?
Right now with this setup, what is it? Anywhere between 128 to 256 blocks of voxel. So say that like meters. It is quite deep, especially on an island like that. Most of the world is underneath the ocean. So what you see above the ocean is just the tip.
Yeah, if you can dig under the ocean, can water go inside the voxel?
Yeah, and you can flood out your tunnels if you're not careful.
Oh, really?
But it will flood out your tunnel to ocean level. So it doesn't matter if you...
in a test.
Yeah, it's quite fun, actually.
I built this big cavern, and I had... This is back in... What was that, in the prototype?
Yeah, in the prototype.
And we did it flooded, but I had this big cavern, and I had all my jewels in there and all this big gems. And then Lawsy goes, "Oh, let's see if we can flood it." And the water come flooding in, and there was no way I could get out. My exit was too far away, and it was really good. To bring it all back together in the demo it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm just curious. You were able to flood it basically without doing any, without even knowing that you could, without doing any extra work. It just worked.
No, that's part of the voxel engine. So basically, what happens if you were digging a tunnel and you dug into the ocean? The water will come flooding into that tunnel, but it will also go up the tunnel up to ocean level, just like in real life. It'll equal out. So basically you could lose all your mining operation if you're not careful. So you want to be careful when you're mining down deep. If you get under the ocean bed, you're pretty well safe, but then you got to worry about the lava when you get down to the lava level. Lava is our like Minecraft bedrock. You can't dig into lava, and of course if you jump in there you're going to die as well. So I
stopped it here. What's going on here with this? Did the character create a bridge or what?
He saw it.
He's walking the plane. We're just we're just making fun of a bug that I've got to fix in the future.
Okay.
I actually, with the shotgun, I shot at the island, and it caused that spike to come out.
Oh.
And then so Lawsy walks on it, like walking the plank.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will not be in the release version.
No, that's a well-known bug. We're doing,
Little Easter egg.
we're doing.
Go ahead. Or did you have anything?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So the enemies are all. I saw the swimming pack. So let's see. Where was one of these? There was an enemy in the ocean. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I recognize the swimming animation. So your behavior tree for this enemy, this enemy does not have a behavior tree, or what's this enemy doing?
That be their Lawsy.
Yeah.
No, that is. Oh, okay.
That's the model switcher.
Okay. So in the release project, will you be able to play as an enemy too, or not? This is just more of a test.
I don't want to say any more about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to the enemies, though. The actual enemies. Let's see. Where's one?
Now, just a quick note, because this is in an alpha build. There's no aggro currently on these enemy, and they're not properly set up. We just got them in there right now just to show off a bit. But the next build, we're planning to have BD fully functional on the AI and attacking you and everything. So we're just working on that right now, actually.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. This enemy, he looks like he's just using like a patrol task or a wander task, and just
wander.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any. It's a dumb enemy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Placeholder.
Yeah. So you really haven't evolved the behavior tree for the enemy too much yet, then.
We did in Battle Island, but we're just merging everything into this now. This is I rebuilt the prototype engine, and this is what you see right now. We call it the GreedyVox 10X engine, because it's 10 times faster than our prototype. So we're like, hey, 10X. That was really important to rebuild. One of the reasons why I rebuilt it is because when I first made the prototype Voxel Smooth World, I had to make my own threading, multi-threading, because at that time Unity didn't have that. And very slow because I had a lot of thread locking and things going on, which was not ideal. And then when I saw Unity bring out their job systems, I'd love to use dots, but that's another story. And no locking needed because it's all usually what do they call it, like structures and
the dependencies.
Yeah, because they're not addressable data. Sorry, the BS must be affecting it. But So it's no garbage collecting or anything like that. No it's immutable data, things like that. So no locking needed, and it just makes it so much faster and better. And plus the jobs burst is pretty quick too.
Right. So you're not using dots, but you're using the job system.
Yes, and the burst compiler. Yeah.
And with burst. Okay.
Yeah. I'd love to use dots, but I think UCC would have to be on that kind of level as well to really make it gel together. So
and
I do love the entity component system. I think it's a really great system. I've played with it in the past. I'd really like to fully make the game that, but that's a big job there.
Yes, it is. I was going to say the character controller is probably going to be one of the last things that really can use dots, just since it has so many systems it depends on. And I mean,
exactly.
Unity, I haven't even seen, I don't know the state of it, but I mean, as of 6 months ago, Unity's animation system didn't even support dots. So I think there's an asset on the asset store that supports animation with dots, but and then, I mean, if you're an asset store publisher, you really can't you can do integrations, but you can't fully depend on that. So the character controller is going to be one of the last ones to use dots.
Exactly. Yeah. And fully understandable why too. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you'll be able to switch to the behavior designer 2 fairly easily, since that is kind of independent, and then you'll be able to use dots to the advantage of the enemies. But yeah, then your bottleneck's always going to be something else.
The police are coming. I gotta go.
Yeah. Oh, you can probably hear it from me. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. Cool. So I'm trying to think. What other questions do I have? How far along? Like when are you guys hoping for a release? Expecting a release?
We were hoping for July to open up some testing on Steam. You bring some people through on Steam. I got held up. I got held back for about 8 weeks working on the netcode stuff. Because when you released UCC 3, I went, hell yeah, and made that compatible with netcode. And just saying, love UCC 3. It made it so much easier to do the network code and plug into the API. It was beautiful.
Awesome.
I can see what work you've done, and yeah, it's really good. So that put me back 8 weeks, and then we had a bug just recently that set us back a week as well. So we're kind of falling behind, but I think that's typical.
Right.
That's
so
for you.
Yeah. So right now we don't have a release date, but we want to get out there and let people start playing the game in some open test on Steam. I forget what that Steam call it, play test or something like that. So for anyone out there who wants to try it in the future, just wish list our game, and when we get to that stage, anyone on our wish list can come in on the testing and have some fun with us.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have it wish list, so I was gonna say I definitely want to try it out when you get there. So for somebody who is just getting started with our assets, what advice would you give? It doesn't have to be whatever asset you choose. If you have behavior designer advice, character controller advice, combination, whatever. Go ahead.
For me, I'd say there's two main assets worth bottling. That would be the UCC and BD, or Behavior Designer. Both are fantastic products, especially BD. If you want an AI, it's so much easier to work with, and you can have a lot of fun at the same time. Just ask Billy; he's having some fun there.
Yeah, definitely with you guys, Santiago and some of your support crew jumping on the forums, the documentation, your videos, it really helps because you can come into your forum, you can see other people that had a similar problem, and you guys respond really quick, so it helps us out.
But yeah, well, thank you. I didn't pay you guys to say that, but thank you.
Oh, you weren't paying? Oh, didn't you?
Wasn't I getting more beer?
I hate this asset.
But it's good because you can go to the forum and you've got other people that will help. And I see you guys, you respond really quick, so you're not left on your own for too long trying to understand something, or you go through the documentation, you might get a little bit, have a few questions, so you go to the forum and you guys will answer it pretty quick.
Right. Yeah. I try to. I mean, most of our questions are through the forum, and I try to direct it through that just because it helps the next person out as well. If I'm in a long conversation over email, or not even long anymore, but I try to steer the person towards the forum as quickly as I can. Just because it definitely helps everyone out.
Yeah. I'd honestly, it would be a nightmare to manage that many forum posts that you got going on.
I could get it through them relatively quickly. I mean, it's like, okay, how much time do you spend on documentation versus the forum? And all of the questions are slightly different. So you can't, like one question doesn't necessarily mean, oh, now I should add this to the documentation. It's like, okay, well, this is a unique situation. If I get the same question 4 or 5 times, then I'll add it to the documentation. But other than that, yeah, it's part of the job.
But Billy,
on
what's
top
your
of that,
saying?
on top of that, you've got to go do testing as well, Justin. And probably
Yes.
Santiago as well. We'll give you a question. You got to go, hang on, let me take that to the demo and I'll test it to see if you're telling the truth or
Oh,
see if it
Right.
actually
all the
works.
time, all the time.
Billy, what's
Yeah.
that thing you say? What Justin suggests? Have you tried it in the demo or something? Like that?
Yeah. 'Cause I used to be lazy and I hated doing the demo. And Justin would always say, have you tried it in the demo? Have you got it to fail? And I go, all right, fine. I'm going to go into the demo.
Right.
But I understand
Yeah.
why.
Yeah. I mean, with that, I definitely need to be able to reproduce it, and the demo's the easiest way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand your perspective as well. But yeah, at least it's not as bad as Unity, where they require a whole repo project just to do the bug.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Unity.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I am amazed by, I guess, what you guys have done. It's been cool kind of following this project, and I'm even more amazed that now that I remember that you guys have been there since UOPS 1. That's a long time. So Billy, do you do all the art then? Art or kind of models, textures, animations, all that type of stuff?
Yeah. In the early days, we would get placeholders. So I'd get all the free commercial free models, and I'd bring them in, and then I'd start quickly throwing them in. And then we said, okay, well, that worked. Now let's give me time so I can build my own models, do my own animations. We're still using a couple of Opsive animations. And then as time goes on, when I get more time, we're going to revamp the whole lot. And all the characters that you've seen so far, most of them are my IP. I built them from scratch. I textured them, and I have to go back to the old school 3D style and learn how to texture again properly. And but it's been fun.
So Captain Gingerbeard, he made that from a single polygon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
The old days in 3D Max, you learned poly modeling from one polygon. So there was no ZBrush, there was no there was nothing like that. So that was the old school. That was the hard way.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, that's impressive.
My first character back like 20 odd years ago was one polygon, and I built it into a female character. And it takes a long time, but today you got ZBrush and you got a lot of other modeling tools, so you can you can speed that process up.
Right. Okay. So I have one final question. Besides our assets, are there any other assets that you cannot live without? Do you use any other assets, or is it pretty much your own tech besides from Opsive?
I'm just trying to think.
There's no.
I think
really?
don't think there is. I think it's all Opsive. What everything Opsive has is what we need, and the rest we do ourselves. So
that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was a special effects asset that we bought. From Marino, I think his name was, and it got us a head start.
Yeah.
It got us that cartoon look, because we're going for that abstract art, that Looney Tunes style.
Right.
And it helped us get a lot of special effects in.
Right. So you're still using that asset, or you moved on?
We're still using it. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is one asset that we are,
Yeah, and we're going to expand on it. Just build on top of it and make it grow.
Right. No, okay. Well, I mean, it's looking great. It looks like you guys are having fun with it, which always makes the end product more fun.
Yes, we get a lot of kicks and giggles out of it.
Right.
If you look back on Battle Island, some of those videos, when we were actually multiplaying it, it was just full of laughter. There was so many things that were happening. We had the trees falling down. We had coconuts flying past you. We had fire. Someone would run through a fire, and you'd see the trail come behind him. And if he ran past you, he would spread the fire onto you, and it was just
Okay.
just
Okay. Okay.
You either yes, you either jumped in the water to put the fire out, or hope you don't die from the fire.
and we would pick up barrels. They had, what was it? Gunpowder in it.
TNT, gunpowder.
Yeah, the TNT. Yeah, so you'd pick up the TNT barrels and you'd run and put them down and you'd stack them up, and then someone would come through with the fire and run past it and light them all up. It was like a big dominoes effect, and the whole trees would fall down. And, yeah.
Is that going to be in the final game?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
good,
what we're doing.
good.
We're bringing everything back to Battle Island plus more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're merging all our prototypes into one.
Okay, and then that one is what you'll be able to play a demo of on Steam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where
Hopefully
Battle
shortly.
Island couldn't dig underground. There was no vault.
Okay.
Yeah, where this time you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
Plus the swimming environment is going to be a whole new world. So when you jump in the water, it's going to be full of wildlife and sharks and things that are going to hurt you. Plus, then you could dig under. Yeah, you could dig under and make your own cave, like in the movies, Pirates of the Caribbean.
uh-huh.
Yeah, you could dive. Yeah, and build a cave up in the water. On the side of it.
And you might find treasure down there too if you're lucky. So.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys doing for water? The water tech? Are you? Guess you guys created it yourself. Is it? I guess. Oh, how are you? Yeah. So basically, how are you doing water?
It's part of the voxel engine. It's actually voxel as well. And that's how we can flood the tunnel, because it's all using voxel data. It knows where the air is, and it knows to fill it with water, and that's so the ocean is voxel technology as well.
That's awesome. Okay. I'm really interested in playing this demo now. You guys need to hurry up and get it out.
We're trying.
It won't take too long, because when we did which one was it, Lawsy, the Battle Island?
Yeah.
When we started bringing things in, they flowed really quick because of Opsive, because of you guys. I can punch things in really quickly and get it out in production. Yeah, it's flowing. The pipeline's just going really fast.
Cool.
So I'll just note that this was our last major hurdle, was getting the Voxel World networking with the players and bringing the Voxel World together. So we've now jumped all the most difficult hurdles that we know of for now. But anyway, the rest is pretty well smoother running from here on in. It tends to go pretty quick because it's not so difficult.
Right.
We've got a lot of, in the background, we've got a lot of pickups, interacts. So you can knock the trees down and interact, pick up the coconuts, pick up the tree stumps. We're just gonna
play baseball for coconuts.
Yeah. Same with grenades. Throw the grenade, you can baseball it back and things like that. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy.
We were doing
that. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were doing that in the prototype, throwing a grenade and they'll hit it back.
What we want to do is, you can come home from work, you can grab a drink, and then jump on YAARRGH or Battle Island, jump in there, and then just have a big crazy adventure, and then get out and be refreshed.
The game
finish your day,
just
forgetting about the trouble you had during the day at work, and just come in and just have a big laugh with your mates. And see how many rounds you can laugh.
Yeah, and the game designed not to go more than 30, 60 minutes. So it's good for us people that don't have a lot of time. Just sit down with your mates on a Friday night or something like that, have a beer and a laugh.
Right. Well, it definitely sounds like you're going to accomplish that. So I'm looking forward to playing it and giving it a try.
All right, cheers.
If you need some testing from the other side of the world, let me know.
All right, we'll hit that. We got two there. Two.
Right.
So what you're saying is I don't have to go through the forums. We just get Santiago in and test it and go. There's a glitch over there.
Yeah. So, okay. Okay. Well, Santiago, did you have any final questions for him?
No, I loved it. I love the game. I just wishlisted, so I'll be sure to
Oh, thank you.
very soon.
Thanks very much.
I think in terms of the inventory system, I'm sure if you're going to do crafting, I'm sure it will be useful in that sense.
Yeah.
Of course, it will depend on what type of crafting you're making, but
Yeah.
and you can always reach out and I'll do what I can.
Quick question, Santiago. Does the inventory system have like a world space system? I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but not a 2D inventory system, more like a 3D world space.
A 3D world space. There's no 3D world space, but in a sense, the inventory is not linked to the UI in any way. Like the UI is one part that is separate, so it's completely optional. The inventory is just a list of items, like a collection of items, and then what you do is completely up to you. So you can create the environment. I've seen people do it in the forums actually. Create a bookshelf where slots in that bookshelf was in 3D.
Yes. Yes.
I've seen that done by other people.
That's what we were after. Yeah, nice. And then you can use it like a database as well to save all the items.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all saved, and there's a safe system already in place for the inventory system, and the items themselves are saved in one big database, in the sense that all the items are scriptable objects that are inside the database, and then you can reference them.
Is that networked or not hard to network?
So there's no network in place for the inventory system. A lot of people have shown interest in networking. I've seen people do it, but every solution I've seen has been very custom to each game. I haven't seen anyone trying to do like a generic version of networking. So it will depend on what needs you have. And of course, I can always update the inventory system any way or shape or form that I can to help you guys.
Okay, so if we need like an API feature or something like that, you can.
You might. Yeah, it's something we can work out together, I think, because it's definitely something that's been requested a lot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. And it would help with the crafting as well. So we don't necessarily need to do the 2D inventory side, but we can use the assets like a database and crafting for recipes and.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. That sounds awesome. Yeah. I haven't had a chance to look into that yet. We got it primed and ready, but we haven't got there yet. So,
I think the main advantage of the inventory system is very much the granular aspect you have with attributes. So once you get into it, you'll see that every item you can add different attributes to it, and every attribute you can have your own type. So an item itself, and then you have different categories. So for example, your weapons can have different attributes from your materials and whatever. And all of these attributes, you can have as many as you want, of any type. And then once crafting recipes, you link them together, etc.
Very interested in that. So we can have hunger and thirst levels and things like that. Yeah, okay, and boosts and whatnot. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really good.
Yeah. That was the reason why we purchased it, because we had an idea of what it could do. But we just haven't implemented it yet. We just haven't had time.
I originally built my own inventory system using dots, and it worked pretty good, but it didn't plug into Opsive. And then we saw what you've got, and we thought, well, hang on a minute, this works straight with Opsive. So
let's get some money out of the bank. Throw some more money at Justin and the team.
But it's all good. Justin's paying us after this, so it's all good.
Right, it's all coming back on you in the end anyway. Well, thank you guys for coming on. I know it's late in Australia, so I know you both have to go, but thank you. And when you get it released, I'd love to have you guys back, and you can kind of talk more about what it's all about, what additional challenges you had that you didn't know about in June of 2024, and then we can kind of go from there.
So for anyone out there, just subscribe to us. We like to put out as many funny videos as we can, showcasing what we've done. So yeah, if you want a bit of entertainment, come sub our YouTube.
Okay. Well, yeah. So thank you, and good luck with your future development of YAARRGH. And looking forward to playing the demo when you get it out. Definitely let everyone know.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thanks, Opsive.
Good to meet you finally.
It's been a pleasure.
It's good to finally put a face with the username. It's okay. All right. Well, cool. But yeah, so I know I'm not forcing you guys to get off by any means. I just know that you need an easy exit because it is getting late.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we do have to go. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
we'll see you guys later.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
All right.
Take care,
See
All right. Cheers. Bye.
Sure. All right, well, that was fun. I mean, YAARRGH looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah, let me go ahead and remove
We
there.
don't have any huge problem.
Yeah, I think it definitely helped having the stream being run from this other computer. So the one point that it was lagging a little bit on my end was because I had too many windows open, and I was like broadcasting the stream and the sharing. I think we got to figure it out. So yeah, but no. In the last episode, I had shown kind of some more of Behavior Designer. We recently did an inventory update, and then we did character controller updates, or released a new locomotion pack, and then we have a new drop from Omni Animation coming out shortly. So I don't have any new Behavior Designer updates to report on this episode, but on the next one, it's our next episode's in 2 weeks, and I'll be sure to include something in this. But are there any other questions, or did we get any questions during this stream? Let's see. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, looks like everything went well. So
nice.
So okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining. We'll see you next time.
For joining. Bye, everyone.
Okay, and we're done. But